you can directly make use of the open educational resources. You can get the printout of the material and distribute in your classroom. You simply use it. Give acknowledgement to the creator of the open educational, that article, right? You can show the video created by somebody else. Simply give acknowledgement in your classroom. That is the reuse, simply reuse as it is. Then you can also revise slightly, suitable to your audience, suitable to the target group of your students. You can revise and use it. That is possible. There is no problem at all. But you acknowledge the creator. Then you remix. You can remix the content of 2 or 3 videos and create a new video. Remix and use it. Right? You can remix the content of different articles and create a new article. Simply give acknowledgement. You can modify slightly an image here and there, and then make use of that image in your classroom. Remix. Then redistribute. It's not only using. You can distribute to all your students, to your colleagues who are teaching similar courses. Then retain. You can retain the copies, even textbooks that are available as OER, free and open textbooks. You can take a printout, download them, and take a printout and keep it with you. You can make use of it. You can keep them in your library, in your college library, your university library also. No issue. That's what we mean by 5 R's of OERs. I shall explain in the next slide clearly. 5 R's of open educational resources. The first one is reuse. To use the content in a wide range of ways. In an example, in a classroom, in a study group, on a website, in a video. Revise, adapt, adjust, modify, or alter the content itself. Then remix, combine the original or revised content with other OERs and create something new. Then redistribute, share copies of the original content, your revisions, your remixes with others, with anybody in the world. Then retain, make your own and control copies of the content. Example, download, print, duplicate, store, put in your library, all that. In these 5 different ways, use of open educational resources. Therefore, they are called 5 R's. Reuse, revise, remix, redistribute, retain. Examples of OERs needed in classroom teaching and developing MOOCs content. I have already said MOOCs means massive open online courses, right? So SWAYAM courses, for example, are MOOCs courses, right? So courses developed by NEP-2020 is a MOOCs course. I have developed a course, Chemistry 2 for first BTech engineering. It's a MOOCs course. So what are the examples of OERs? You have videos, images and photographs, PPTs with animations, PPTs with embedded photographs, flowcharts, databases to give related data, numerical problems, real-world problems, multiple choice questions for self-assessment formative, software, free and open source software, models for explaining the concepts, case studies for analysis, examples of field studies, visual virtual labs and experiments. You can make the best use of the virtual labs and experiments. For example, IIIT Hyderabad has virtual labs. IISc Bangalore has virtual labs. So you can, through virtual labs, your students can learn many things. E-books. There are many good e-books available for every discipline of knowledge. E-books are available. OER, under OER, free. Especially our country in undergraduate program, there are many students, very poor students. They cannot afford to purchase books. Therefore, in your syllabus, you select a good e-book which is available as OER and prescribe it, which is available, which can be understood, the language can be understood. Selection of good e-book is very, very important. So that students don't have to pay anything, but they get the best material available in the world. Other tools for explaining the concepts easily and self-learning by students. For all these things, you have examples of OERs available in the websites of the best universities in the world. Origin of Open Educational Resources Movement. This is the reference from which I have got. David Wiley coined the term open content in the year 1998. The term OER was first used at UNESCO's 2002 forum on the impact of open courseware for higher education in developing countries. That is essentially, it was the initiative by UNESCO to help the developing countries. Right. Then the MIT Open Courseware project, right? MIT Open Courseware project is seen as the first. MIT stands for Massachusetts Institute of Technology. MIT means Massachusetts Institute of Technology in USA. MIT Open Courseware project, they have launched a very huge project. Announced on 4th April 2001, carried out quite efficiently and successfully by Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA. In 2001, April 2001, they launched. NIT Warangal got the internet facility in 2004, right? LAN, local area network facility, we had in 2004. And I started using MIT Open Courseware in 2005 itself. In 2001, the project was created. The OERs were available, the articles, the videos were available. I started using the MIT Open Courseware in 2005 itself. MIT Open Courseware publishes all of the educational materials from its undergraduate and graduate courses online, freely and openly available to anyone, anywhere in the world. The project uses Creative Commons attribution. Please note this point. Creative Commons is the name of a license. Based on that license, they publish their videos, or all other open educational resources developed by the professors in the OER movement, launched by MIT, then what is the attribution? We have to acknowledge them. When we use them, we acknowledge them in the classroom or in our articles. Wherever we use them, we acknowledge the creator of OER. And what is important is only for non-commercial purposes. MIT open courseware can be used only for non-commercial purposes. You cannot use them for commercial purposes. There are other OERs available which you can use them for commercial purposes also. I shall discuss when I show this Creative Commons licensing, right there, which can be used for commercial purposes, which cannot be used for commercial purposes. All those things I shall discuss at that time. This MIT OER project program was originally funded by William and Flora Hewlett Foundation and the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation and MIT. There are three institutions, two foundations, philanthropists, and then MIT from its own revenue, right? Because it involved billions of rupees for developing separately, new faculty have to be hired for that purpose. New office staff have to be hired, and lot of expenditure is involved. It was a big movement. But how long the philanthropy, the foundations will fund? Now, in 2001, when it was launched, these two foundations and MIT together launched. Currently, MIT Open Courseware is supported by MIT from its revenue, part of its revenue, part of its resources, then corporate underwriting, major gifts, even now, may not be those foundations. Other philanthropic organizations contribute, and also donations from site visitors, donations from the users. They know whoever they will have the record of all the users. Suddenly one day, I have received an email from MIT Open Courseware organization asking for a small donation. Okay, then I have sent about $125 in a humble way, right? So by the time I got retired also, superannuated also. Okay. However, so now MIT initial revenue, philanthropic contributions, and also donations from the users, from the site visitors, MIT Open Courseware site visitors. So that is how it is functioning very well since 2001. So 23 years over, right? But the material is of the highest quality available, and then the speed with which you can download is commendable, right? So I would say, still with confidence, I could say MIT Open Courseware is #1 in the world, contributing to the movement of OER. 4 main categories of OER movement. Open courseware, that is one type of category, one category of OER. Open courseware is the digital publication of high quality educational materials that are freely and openly licensed and are available online to anyone, anytime, anywhere. They frequently include course planning and evaluation tools, along with the thematic content. These are open courseware content also include MOOCs, massive open online courses. Then OER publishers, new open publishing efforts for textbooks and other OER. This category, that means open textbooks, ebooks. This category also includes initiatives geared towards developing specific collections of OER, such as the Khan Academy and Sailor Foundation. You know very well the contribution of Khan Academy in the field of education, even +2 and higher. Even in school education also it is contributing excellently, and Sailor Foundation. So whatever publications of Khan Academy and Sailor Foundation, they come under OER publishers. That is the second category. Online courses, that is the first category. Publishers, second publications, second category. OER repositories, these range in scope from portals and gateways that provide access to information on OER repositories. Then public, fourth kind is publicly funded initiatives. Policymakers on the local, state, and national levels are developing policies that encourage creation and adoption of OER. Even state governments, central governments can create some fund and then publish various articles, publish various videos, publish various softwares, free and open softwares. So 4 different movements, 4 categories of movements of OER are going on currently all over the world. A few examples of sources of OER. I have already explained. MIT OCW tops the list. Then Johns Hopkins University OCW, Open Courseware. You will have the assignments, the lecture notes, online courses, video lectures, everything you can get from that website. Johns Hopkins Open Courseware, OCW. Tufts OCW. Open Learn UK OU. OER Asia. Open Education Europa. Yale Open Courses. DOAB. DOAJ. NPTEL is from India. National Program on Technology Enabled Learning. That is from India. NROER. Spoken Tutorial of IIT Bombay. That's also from India. They publish several, they organize several online courses. They have Spoken Tutorial of IIT Bombay and NPTEL benefited a few lakhs of students all over the world, a few lakhs of students. Open Education Consortium, OER Consortium, OER Commons, Open Access Textbooks, Open Textbooks British Columbia Campus, Open Textbook University of Minnesota, Open Textbook SUNY, OpenStax College, Sailor, Merlot, Durham, UK, Open Michigan Images. These are examples as I could collect. There may be many more other than these. Right. Open now, I shall explain open educational resources in India. So far, I have explained the meaning of open educational resources, the origin of the movement of OER, the contribution of MIT OCW, how it was started, the 4 important categories of OER movement, and a few important sources of OER I have discussed so far. Now, I shall discuss the open educational resources in India. For example, NPTEL courses. NPTEL stands for National Program on Technology Enabled Learning. The first coordinator was my friend, Professor Mangal Sundar Krishnan of IIT Madras. He was the first coordinator for this NPTEL. Video lectures for different courses. NPTEL courses, here they publish video lectures for different courses by professors from IITs and IISc Bangalore. They started only that way. Even now, professors from IITs and IISc Bangalore are involved in developing the video lectures. Then lecture notes for different courses. I have used the lecture notes of this NPTEL program prepared by Professor Natarajan of IISc Bangalore for the topic corrosion science. I've used it for my students in the 4th year BTech engineering. These video lectures and lecture notes can be used by the teacher appropriately in the related courses. You can find out in the NPTEL website, you can find out what are the courses available, video lectures available, lecture notes available. Then for your discipline of knowledge, if they are available, you can make the best use of it, because that is the best material, learning material to the students. NPTEL online courses. See, this is the website you can go through, onlinecourses.nptel.ac.in, developed by faculty members from IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur, Delhi, Bombay, Guwahati, Roorkee, and IISc Bangalore. Then you also have OERs in the form of SWAYAM, Study Webs of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds. This is the program of Government of India. SWAYAM is an indigenous IT platform that facilitates hosting of the online courses taught in classrooms starting from 9th class till post-graduation. Starting from 9th class till post-graduation, you have courses available in the SWAYAM portal. All the courses are highly interactive, prepared by the best teachers in the country, and are available free of cost to the residents of India. For the residents of other countries, they will charge some fees. For the Indians, they are free of cost. More than 1,000 specially chosen faculty and teachers across the country have participated in preparing these courses. NPTEL courses are prepared by the professors from IITs and IISc Bangalore, but SWAYAM courses, even you can prepare. Right? There is a selection process, right? So in the selection process, three-step selection process. Then if your course comes through, you will be paid an honorarium of about 4 lakh rupees, plus the expenditure towards the cost of developing the course, the cost of videos, the cost of print material, everything. That cost will be borne, and plus you will be paid an honorarium. You can be a creator of an online course. But the important point is that course must be available in the syllabus of the undergraduate program or postgraduate program of many universities in the country. That is important, right? That must be available in the curriculum of many universities in the country. That is how you have to select a very common course. The courses hosted in SWAYAM are in 4 quadrants, right? My dear friends, please remember one point. You can be user of OER. You can also be the creator of OER. Please remember, note this point, sir. Today or tomorrow, you can be the creator of OER. Right? I started using OERs in 2005. But in 2016, I participated after my retirement. I participated in an FDP organized by IIT Bombay. As a participant, I had to develop OER as a participant. So I have developed 2 videos on my own as a participant, as OER, published in YouTube. So you can be user of OER. Simultaneously, you can also be creator of OER. You can suggest, you can be the user of Swayam courses by yourself. You can advise your students to register for the Swayam courses, meaningful Swayam courses. You can guide them. They are very useful courses, sir. As useful as any best learning management system available in the world, your Swayam courses are organized that way. So they are organized in 4 quadrants model. The first model, the first quadrant, you have the video lecture by the creator of this online course, the video lecture for every topic. Then for the same topic, specially prepared reading material that can be downloaded and printed for the same topic. Video lecture, then specially prepared learning material which can be downloaded and printed. So the students will go through the video lecture, watch the video, go through the printed material, learn thoroughly. It will be prepared in a self-learning mode. Then the students will appear for the self-assessment test. If they are thorough in the self-assessment test, that means they have learned the subject. If they are not thorough, they can watch the video again. They can learn again, once again, the learning material, and they can appear for a different self-assessment test. Series of self-assessment tests will be available in the course. Then the 4th quadrant, what you have is an online discussion forum in the 4th quadrant for clearing the doubts. Suppose 1,000 students have registered for a course in calculus, in mathematics, or 2,000 students have registered for a course in physics, or in economics, or political science, whatever. So one student will post the question in the online discussion forum. He will post the question. Somebody else may answer. Somebody else may put another question. Therefore, 1,000 students are there. There will be interaction among the 1,000 students and also the teacher. If nobody is able to answer the question, the teacher will come into the picture and teacher will answer the question. And several questions, even the teacher knowing the answers given by the students, it will be knowledge for the teacher also. Teacher also is one of the learners in the online discussion forum. Right? It's a very excellent model for preparing MOOCs, for preparing online courses. Swayam courses are the best models. What do we have in the Swayam courses, sir? You have the video lecture by the professor, then specially prepared learning material which can be downloaded and printed freely. Then you have the self-assessment test. Then you have online discussion forum. So till the course is complete, the online discussion forum is quite active. When I have attended the online FDP organized by IIT Bombay, the whole course was organized through Moodle learning management system. So there used to be video lectures. There used to be specially prepared reading material posted in the learning management system. Then there used to be several quizzes assignments. Then there was an online discussion forum. Very, very useful, sir. Highly educative for both the teacher and the student. So I advise you to go through the online, register for at least for one online course related to your discipline and experience yourself. And then develop a course, a Swayam course by yourself. You can do it. I'm sure you can do it. You can also advise your students to register simultaneously for these online courses because they are all conducted. The students can register and make the best use of them without any clash with the class timetable, right? There is no issue at all, okay? This is the website of Swayam. Then you have Swayam Prabha. Swayam Prabha is a group of 32 DTH channels devoted to telecasting of high quality educational programs on 24/7 basis using GSAT 15 satellite. Swayam Prabha. This is the website I have given. The home page gives us the list of channels among which we can choose the channels related to our subject. You can also advise your student to watch the video lectures, which is going to be telecast on so and so date. And the video lectures are also available in the archives. So you can advise your students, please watch that video lecture. You see, my dear friends, we may be teaching very well, but at the same time, is it not good that the students have more than one learning material in the form of videos, in the form of printed material, in the form of PPTs, in the form of assignments, several learning materials? If the students are exposed, they will have in-depth learning. They will have motivation. They will have inspiration. All that is important in the learning process. So this is the website of Swayam Prabha. Channels 1 to 10 are the video lectures developed by Consortium for Educational Communication, CEC, of UGC. Channels 1 to 10 completely for the video lectures organized by Consortium for Educational Communication of UGC. Channels 1 to 10. 11 to 18 and 30. 9 channels. Video lectures developed by NPTEL, National Program for Technology Enabled Learning for some subjects. Channel 29, video lectures developed by Quality Enhancement in Engineering Education of IIT Madras. 29 exclusively for IIT Madras. Channels, because IIT Madras is very actively involved both in Swayam, in NPTEL, Swayam and Swayam Prabha. Okay. Even Swayam Prabha, also one of the coordinators, is Professor, when it was initiated, Professor Mangal Sundar Krishna. Therefore, one channel exclusively for IIT Madras. Channels 23 to 26, video lectures developed by IGNO for some subjects. Channels 19 to 22, video lectures developed by IIT PAL. IIT PAL means IIT Professor Assisted Learning for Maths, Physics, Chemistry and Biology for 11th and 12th standards. Channels 27 and 28, video lectures developed by National Institute of Open Schooling for some subjects. 31, video lectures developed by NCERT. 32, video lectures developed by IGNO and also NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling. So you can, for your mostly channels 1 to 10, and by NPTEL, they will be mostly useful to majority of the participants here. Examples now, after discussing the OERs available in India, now I shall present before you certain examples of free and open source softwares. Commercial softwares are very expensive, sir. Many colleges cannot afford to purchase commercial softwares. Therefore, in this OER movement, free and open source softwares have been developed. They are as good as commercial softwares for the purpose of teaching and for many uses. Only for advanced research, you may have to depend on some softwares. But as far as teaching is concerned, these free and open source softwares are being used extensively in all higher education institutions in the world. And all IITs, all central universities are advocating openly other colleges and universities to use free and open source softwares. For example, R programming. R programming is useful in computer science, mathematics, civil engineering, statistics, social sciences, several disciplines of knowledge. R programming is useful. Free and open source software. The acronym is FOSS. It's a free software programming language and software environment for statistical computing and graphics. The R language is popular among data miners for developing statistical software and data analysis. Besides data mining, it also provides statistical and graphical techniques, linear and nonlinear modeling, classical statistical tests, time series analysis, classification, clustering, and many more. Therefore, because statistical analysis is there, useful for most of the disciplines of knowledge, R programming is very, very common, used by majority of the disciplines. Then a few other free and open source tools. TensorFlow is a free and open source software library for data flow and differentiable programming across a range of tasks. It is a symbolic math library and is also used for machine learning applications such as neural networks. This open source artificial technologies in machine learning, the same TensorFlow is extensively used in machine learning, developed in 2015. Well-maintained and extensively used frameworks for machine learning. It is created by Google for supporting its research and production objectives. TensorFlow is now widely used by several companies, including Dropbox, eBay, Intel, Twitter, and Uber. Then Paddle supports a wide range of neural network architectures and optimization algorithms. Then CNTK, Microsoft Cognitive Toolkit, is an open source library that contains all basic building blocks to build a neural network. Then Maxima, it is a symbolic computational environment, open source software similar to Mathematica. Mathematica is a very useful in courses related to mathematics, but it is very expensive. Many colleges in the country will not be able to purchase. Even in NIT Warangal, a few years ago, maybe 20 years ago, when we purchased Mathematica, there was a lot of discussion whether we should go for it or not, though we had resources for it. But today, you don't have to purchase Mathematica, because those days, this Maxima free and open source software was not available those days. But now it is available. So you don't have to purchase Mathematica. You can make use of Maxima So this is the website I have given here. Then again, another great software, free and open source software today advocated is Python. It's a general purpose programming language supported object-oriented and structural program. So Python is extensively used in engineering, science, and mathematics. It is free, simple to use and implement, and well-structured, equally useful for non-commercial as for non-numerical as well as numerical applications. A first course on numerical methods prefers using Python as a tool for implementing and testing the algorithms. So you have alternatives. MATLAB is an alternative, but it is commercial software. Instead of MATLAB for sub purposes, you can use Python. You can also use Scilab. Instead of MATLAB is the commercial software. Scilab is a free and open source software. Python is a free and open source software. So instead of going for commercial software with equal, what is called success, with equal quality, the students can learn by using Python or Scilab. Learning engineering maths using Python tool is an example of learning by doing, the best active learning strategy. Teacher teaches how to learn a topic of engineering maths using Python tool and demonstrates the same through hands-on experience by the students. Then he or she gives the assignments, problems, mini projects group-wise to the students. Initially, students may commit mistakes, clear doubts through peer interaction, and then learn. Discussions take place later in the classroom, leading to in-depth learning. Right. So whenever the students use these free and open software, source software paths, you have to teach them first. You have to provide them hands-on experience. Then they master over the free and open source software. Once they master over the free and open source software, that is the guru. That tool is the guru to the students. What is the teacher-student ratio then? 1:1. Software is the teacher, tool is the teacher, and the student. 1:1. So 1:1, you see, is the best. I mean, you can achieve to the highest quality when the teacher-student ratio is 1:1. That is the power of free and open source software in a variety of disciplines of knowledge. So, to my understanding, today, free and open source software are available in all disciplines of knowledge. You please search for it. You will find it. There is absolutely no doubt about it. You search for it, you will find it. You don't have to spend more than 1 hour time. You will find a number of softwares suitable for your discipline of knowledge, because the participants are from varied disciplines. I cannot search for the softwares suitable for the disciplines of all the participants. I am giving some examples. Based on these examples, for yours in English, you have softwares. In social sciences, you have softwares. Of course, R programming is useful for social sciences also. In this example of learning mathematics, I have already discussed this. It is suggested that the real teacher designs real-world application problems or mini projects to be solved by the students using Python programming. That will be great learning experience to the teacher also, not only to the students. Digital simulation. These are some of the examples I have quoted here. Simply reading them, this PPT I have already shared with Professor Muhammad Atik. He will be sharing the PPT after my lecture is over. Okay, you can go through the interested faculty members. Otherwise, it will not be interesting. Suppose PCB design. printed circuit board design is very important in making any electronic equipment. These are the free and open source softwares available for PCB. And SEDAR LS is an interactive digital logic simulator to be used in teaching of logic design or testing simple digital design features, both low-level logic gates as well as high-level components, including registers. Right. So SEDAR, that is the website I have given to you. Operating system is Windows. Then Logisim, again, it's an educational tool for designing and simulating digital logic circuits. So they have done research, experimental teaching of digital electronic technology using Multisim, one software. So Multisim 12.0 version, they have done research. What are the benefits by using this software to the students? These are the conclusions of the study by the researchers. Application of Multisim to 12.0 version to digital electronic technology experiments plays an important role as a bridge between theory and practice. And it is an important innovation in teaching experiments. It overcomes the problems of a shortage of laboratory equipment and limited funds for experiments. Many colleges find shortage of funds for advanced equipment. In all such cases, you make use of the simulated experiments using this Multisim 12.0 version. Students learn to think about problems for multiple angles and then proposes different solutions. These are the conclusions done by research using this Multisim 12.0 version. Students' ability to solve practical problems has improved. Realistic simulations greatly improve students' interest in learning. The combination of computer simulation and physical experiments enables students to master basic theory. The combination of computer simulation and physical experiments enables students to master basic theory. It also encourages initiative, improves students' practical ability, and cultivates their innovative ability. This will be very much useful in designing online courses using and uses electronic technology experiments. The open source, suppose in chemical engineering or chemistry or electrochemistry, you have the open source fuel cell simulation toolbox. Open FCST it is called, right? You can download the package in GitHub. Open FCST is an integrated open source tool for fuel cells analysis and design. It contains a database of physical phenomena, equations, and cell layers, materials, and kinetics of mathematics models. You can simulate a cathode, an anode, and a complete membrane electrode assembly. The applications are validated with respect to experimental data in the literature, as well as in the numerical results from another model implemented in a commercial package. So it is proved that it is as good as the commercial packages available in the market. Use of free and open source software in geotechnology experiments. Adonis, it's a free finite element program for geotechnical engineers. Geotechnical engineering software package in R programming. SV Slope is a slope stability analysis program developed by Soil Vision Systems Limited. This is also free and open source software. The software is designed to analyze slopes using both the classical method of slices as well as new stress-based methods. This program is used in the field of civil engineering to analyze the earth dams, natural slopes, tailings, heap leach piles, and anywhere there is concern for mass wasting. SV slope finds the factor of safety or the probability of failure of the slope. Visual Slope 5.0 is the open source software for slope stability analysis also, another version. Then Genome Tools. Genome Tools is open source software for the analysis of genome and biological parameters. It has a free library of several tools for bioinformatics. Working with BioPython for molecular biology. BioPython provides a set of tools and libraries for the analysis and computation of biological structures. It is available for free and open source distribution and is promoted by the Open Bioinformatics Foundation. It can parse the files of bioinformatics into the data structures that can be processed with Python code. The following international formats are supported in BioPython: Unigen, PubMed, GenBank, Medline, FASTA, Clustra, and BLAST. Free and open source tools for blind students. Yesterday, I was discussing on student diversity and inclusive education. I was giving a lecture organized by Usmania University, Hyderabad in NEP. The topic was student diversity and inclusive education. I have given several examples on inclusivity and student diversity, diverse learners, and all that. Then one of the participants asked me whether there are any free and open source tools for blind students. Otherwise, how can we teach the blind students in the same classroom? The colleges may find it very expensive if there is only one blind student. Then whether there are any free and open source software. At that point of time, I could not answer. Then I got the idea. My today's lecture is free and open source software. Then based on the question from the participant yesterday evening, I searched for software, free and open source tools for blind students. I could get many free and open source software tools for blind students. So no, there is no expenditure on the part of the college, right? So I'm not going to discuss all the softwares which I could find, but I shall present before you so that in your colleges, even if one blind student is there, justice must be done to that student to learn the subject as thoroughly, to master the subject as thoroughly as other students. That is very important. It is the responsibility of the institution. It is the responsibility of the teachers to see that inclusivity is taken care of. Blind students do not have any disadvantage at all. So essential software is actually a screen reader. A screen reader is an essential piece of software for a blind or visually impaired person. Simply put it, a screen reader can transmit whatever the text is displayed on the computer screen that is visually impaired user can process into a format that a visually impaired user can process. Either in auditory, that means it will produce the speech. The text is converted into the speech so that the blind student can listen to it, or into the braille script, so that the student can operate the computer very comfortably. So such kind of essential software are available as tools for blind students. While most screen readers work by having synthetic voice that reads text aloud, others can also communicate data via refreshable Braille display. Such screen readers make use of crystals that can expand when exposed to particular voltage, thanks to the phenomenon known as the piezo effect, allowing the visually impaired users to use their fingers to read the text that is displayed on the screen. But while screen reading software can be affordable, such hardware is usually expensive. Therefore, free software makes universal access a reality. Many people could not afford the expensive price that is associated with some of the sophisticated screen readers. Luckily for them, there are several screen reader software that are completely free, following the list of a few screen readers that can be downloaded and used. NVDA. So this is used on Windows. This can be used on Windows. It has been designed by a blind software engineering graduate, Mr. Tech, for use with Windows computers. The free and open source software reader, screen reader, has a synthetic voice that reads whatever the cursor hovers on, and it can be used directly from a USB stick, making it ideal for the students. Then second example is Serotech system Access, that is also operated on Windows. This downloadable and complete screen reader can be used even outside your browser, thus making it one of the quickest ways of getting a screen reader up and running on your system. Then again, Web Anywhere, it can be used on all operating systems and with web browsers. Web Anywhere is a web-based screen reader for the web. It requires special software to be installed on the client machine and therefore enables blind people to access the web from any computer they happen to have access to. That it has a sound card. Then you have another example, Spoken Web with Internal Explorer. Spoken Web is a web portal managing a wide range of online data in internet content like news updates, weather, travel, and business articles for common users who are blind or visually impaired. Using the keyboard to navigate, a person who is blind or who has a visual impairment can hear the full range of article content provided in a logical, clear, and understandable manner. So I have given to you 4 examples which can be used for blind students. I could find 10 different software. There may be many more useful for blind students. So only when the blind students are able to learn with the help of this free and open source software, the colleges will not be taxed. The colleges will be able to provide this facility for the blind students. You can make your own video and make it as OER. So far, I have discussed so many examples of free and open educational resources, including free and open educational software FOSS. But for other disciplines, you may not be knowing these examples, but for your examples, you can find from the internet. I cannot give examples for all the disciplines. So now, as I mentioned several times, you can take the help of OERs developed by others, but you can create your own OER, right? You see, this I have created when I was a participant in a 12-week online FDP program. After I got retired. Right? This is mandatory. We have to develop 2 videos on our own without anybody's help. By using the tool, by using the free and open source tool, we have to develop. We were taught how to use by demonstration. We were taught, it was very simple, but I had to make several rehearsals, right? So maybe 2-3 days I had to struggle with it, and then I had mastered it. So I shall explain to you very simply how to make your own video, even for your classes also, for your students also. You can make your own video on the subject content. I shall explain. For example, I have made first video on corrosion due to differential aeration cells. This is the link I have given to you, YouTube link. This is an OER in chemistry used by students of first BTech and faculty teaching chemistry of first BTech. Something like 4,400 students have already viewed this OER. What is the process of developing this OER? The first step is content preparation. Content preparation is the first step. Using the diagrams, photographs, and the script. Diagrams, photographs, and script in the form of a PPT. You can also make animated PPT. You can make PPT without animation or with animation. It is up to you. But that PPT, don't put only text. It will consist of the text matter, photographs, and also diagrams, all. Okay. Then there is a tool, free and open source tool called Screencast-O-Matic tool for recording video with PPT and my explanation, both audio and video. Right, both audio and video. I am seen there. You can be, your face will appear, your voice will be heard, your explanation will be heard. That option is there. Both audio and video option is there. You make use of that option. Its name is changed today. Today its name is ScreenPal. Please note down ScreenPal, SCREENPAL, ScreenPal. Up to 15 minutes, it is free. If you want to make video for more than 15 minutes, then you have to pay for it. Therefore, I advise you, actually, we were told in our FDP by the professors from IIT Bombay, better not to make more than 15 minutes video, because the students will not, the attention span will not be for so long. Better it is 10 to 15 minutes video, not more than 15 minutes. That is the upper limit for the video you make. So if you want to make one concept, one video, 15 minutes. For another concept, you make another video for 15 minutes, which includes even self-assessment test also, self-assessment quiz also. Okay. So use this screen, you will be directed, right? So it is self-learning mode. You go to that, open that ScreenPal, go to the internet, open that ScreenPal, right? It is launched there. You download it first, that tool, then you launch it, then it will show it is launched. Then there will be options there, both video and audio. or audio only or video only, because you are making use of the PPT and you are explaining simultaneously. You can say both screen and audio, both. You click there. Then record. There will be at the bottom, there will be shown in red, record. You click that. Then it will be showing 3, 2, 1, start. So when it shows 3, 2, 1, start, you start your explanation. Before that itself, you open your PPT. Before you start the recording button, you let the PPT be open. So PPT is visible and you are explaining your video. Okay. That is how you can make your own video. Then publish that video in the YouTube. Right. So here I have an assistant in NIT who takes care of that job. That also in self-learning mode, you can learn easily. You can have your own channel in YouTube, then make videos and publish them. They are OERs. They are open educational resources. Anybody can make use of that. And your students, you can make 5 minutes video to inspire them, to motivate them, right? So to give an example or to demonstrate an experiment. So because your pronunciation, your accent can be easily understood by the student. But one sincere advice is, I advise any person to have a good command on English language or on Hindi language. If you want to publish in Hindi, on Hindi language, there should not be any grammatical errors and there should be a flow of explanation. There should be pausing. So there should be a reasonably good communication skill in publishing the video. So far, I have published about nearly 50 OERs in YouTube, 12 related to chemistry school. So I am of the opinion school chemistry has to be strengthened, especially 10th standard. I've taken the syllabus of 10th standard CBSE and then self-learning chemistry series, right? So even the prerequisite knowledge of 9th also is covered in explaining the concepts, right? So self-learning chemistry series, 12 videos I have published. And the entire pedagogy I have published in the form of OERs, about 32 or 34 OERs I have published. So for the benefit of all the faculty in higher education. So how I have chosen the topics? When I have been giving the lectures like this, there will be doubts, there will be questions, there will be clarifications asked by the participants. That will be a clue for me. Oh, here the faculty are not very comfortable on this topic. So I must make a video so that will be useful by all the faculty in the entire country. That is how I have made the videos. I shall give the list at the end of the session. So if you have any doubts regarding pedagogy, these OERs published by me will be extremely beneficial to you, because all those are based on my expertise, developed or based on my experience. So let me stop. This is how you can easily make video by yourself using this tool, right? So here I shall stop for 10 minutes, right? I shall resume the session after 10 minutes, because continuously listening to a lecture, especially for teachers, it is very, very difficult. It is not so easy, right? So 10 minutes you have a gap, can have tea or something. Then I shall start after 10 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. अंकित सर. अंकित सर.
There will be a question answer session after the lecture is over. You can note down kindly your questions. I shall answer all your questions at the end of the lecture. Yes, friends. Once again, good afternoon. Shall we resume the session? Are we ready? It is 3:40 now, 10 minutes over. Shall we resume the session? Hello, friends.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine, fine. So now, so far, we have discussed the meaning and significance of open educational resources, the OER movement in the world, the 4 categories of OER movement, different examples of open educational resources all over the world in the form of online courses, in the form of textbooks, e-books, in the form of video lectures. We have seen, we have discussed the open educational resources in India, national NPTEL courses, National Program on Technology-Enabled Learning, video lectures by professors from IITs and IIC Bangalore, lecture notes as a part of those lectures. Under NMETTC program, National Mission on Integration of Information and Communication Technology of Government of India, IIT Kharagpur has completed a huge project wherein a few hundreds of faculty from engineering colleges have developed courses, an online course, MOOCs. So we have also developed a course on chemistry too for engineering students. Then I have given several examples on free and open education, open softwares, FOSS, applicable for different disciplines of knowledge. For example, R programming is useful for most of the disciplines. So I have also discussed, if you teach a software, free and open source software, then provide hands-on experience to the students, make them mastery of that particular software, then that will be tool to him to solve all the problems related to his discipline, that particular course. I've given the example of 1:1 guru and teacher-student ratio. Right. So you colleges and universities need not depend upon commercial softwares. They can comfortably provide quality education by using free and open source softwares. Even IITs, central universities, NITs are making use of only free and open source software. IIT Bombay has been advising all the colleges and universities to use only free and open source software. And if you have money, you spend for advanced equipment. As far as teaching purpose is concerned, free and open source software will be good enough. You don't have to spend lakhs of rupees on commercial softwares. I have given in the example of Mathematica also. Right. So no need of purchase of Mathematica today. No need of purchasing MATLAB today. Right. So then even blind students, free and open source tools, especially in the form of screen readers, even they can make use of the Braille script. There are screen readers which can convert the text into the sound. The students will hear very accurately all the content. By listening, they will learn. They can operate the computer. The softwares are available. So blind students should not have any disadvantage. So free and open source software will help them extremely well to be at par with all other graduate students. So the message through my lecture is, you make use of the Swayam courses, but you must be the creator of science Swayam course. That should be your goal ultimately. You can do it. I must tell you, I struggled to make this video for 3 days. Initially, I thought, can I do it? But I struggled for 3 days to learn the tool, though they demonstrated the tool once, but there was a lot of learning by ourselves. So ultimately, I could upload, publish it in the YouTube, right? So you can do it. So Swayam course. Similarly, you make use of other OERs, but you can create your own OER for the benefit of others. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of expertise. You have a lot of knowledge. In pedagogy, you may have developed new methods. You share with others in the form of OER. You have discovered new knowledge through your research. You may be publishing in journals based on the copyright. How many institutions can be able to purchase those journals? On the other hand, some of the essence you can publish in the form of OER. You see, for the promotions, for career advancement, definitely you need some articles in the journals of high impact factor. You must do it. Your career advancement is very important. But at the same time, some of the articles you can publish on open access journals, OERs. You can also publish the essence of your knowledge in the form of videos. You can make your own videos and publish. So you can be the user of OER. You can also be the creator of OER. That is the essence of my lecture, sir. You will have greatest satisfaction when you are the creator of OER. That will be beneficial to several other faculty or students. Even in the course which you are teaching, 15 minutes videos, let it be there in the form of videos. That will be greatly beneficial to your students. And in the process of developing OER, you will learn many things. Right? So this is one example I have given to you by using ScreenPal as the tool, free and open tool, up to 15 minutes. There may be other tools also, equally good tools also. Because this is so easy to do on this, I have quoted this example. Whatever tools you have, but you develop your OERs. Now, so far, we have discussed on open educational resources. Now, I'm going to discuss the other topic, that is Creative Commons licenses for open educational resources. Creative Commons licenses. Please remember this word, new word, maybe to many of you. Creative Commons licenses for open educational resources. There is a link between the two, open educational resources and Creative Commons license. When you say open educational resources, you won't register them, you won't get the license under the Copyright Act. Then it is not open educational resource. Once you say open educational resource, you get the license only under Creative Commons license, which is a very free license. That means free in the sense, it is enough if the user acknowledges you, that is good enough. They don't have to pay anything to the author, to the creator of the OER. Just acknowledging is enough. So I shall discuss the origin of the Creative Commons license, what can be licensed by this license, which cannot be licensed by this license. The examples, what are the different categories of this license? And then how do you get license for your work, for your OER? All these aspects I shall discuss now. So this is the website, www.creativecommons.org. That is the website for Creative Commons. Creative Commons is a non-profit organization that can help overcome legal obstacles to the sharing of knowledge and creativity to address the pressing challenges, the world pressing challenges. The organization provides Creative Commons licenses and public domain tools that give every person and every organization in the world a free, simple, and standardized way to grant copyright permissions for creative and academic works, ensure proper attribution, and allows others to copy, distribute, and make use of those works. Creative Commons licensing is exactly opposite to copyright. It gives you license for your work, but others can make use of it very freely. It is enough they give attribution to you. But in the case of copyright of a book, for example, you have to purchase the book. Only then you can keep it in the library. You cannot even Xerox the book and keep in the library. The author can sue you in the court of law. Whereas the book published under OER, you can directly download it, print it, put it in the library, distribute copies, simply give acknowledgement to the author of the OER. That's all. The author's name will be there on the book. That is enough for him. He will not give any benefit, profit, or anything in terms of material benefits. He gets recognition for his expertise. You may ask me a question. Why does he publish under the OER? Is it because its quality is not good? If its quality is good, he can publish it under the Copyright Act and earn money, lakhs of money. Is it because the quality is not good? No, sir. In this world, there are people who want to serve the world, who would want to disseminate their knowledge freely and openly to others. There are people. That is how this OER movement is going on in a very big way. There are books which are of greater quality than the commercial books, books under OER. There are many examples of greater quality than the books published under Copyright Act. So this Creative Commons gives license for all OERs without charging much fees. It is a non-profit organization. It is also funded by philanthropists. Just like MIT Open Courseware, all open coursewares are funded by philanthropists. It is philanthropy which is sustaining the OER movement and also Creative Commons licensing. Right. It is only the philanthropy that has contributed to the foundation of great universities like Banaras Hindu University, Aligarh Muslim University, SNDT Women University, Usmania University. It is only philanthropy. This world needs free flow of knowledge. Because after all, for creation of new knowledge, we have made use of the facilities available, public facilities available. That is how we gain knowledge. Whatever knowledge we gain, it is our duty to disseminate freely and openly in the form of OER. Many of my colleagues ask me, you can write books and then earn a lot of money, but you are publishing in the form of OERs. Publishing in the form of OERs can reach the poorest of the poorest in the world. If you publish in the form of copyright, it will only cater to the rich, not to the poor. As far as knowledge is concerned, everybody has the same right to gain knowledge. So therefore, Creative Commons licensing is the organization which gives license for all the OERs. And it also has developed its technology. Creative Commons organization also developed technology like CC search. They have their own search engine, CC search, Creative Commons search, that makes openly licensed material easier to discover and use them. So we go to the CC search, we know what are all the materials in our related discipline that are available under CC license so that we can make use of them freely. For example, Wikimedia, you regularly make use of them. They are OERs. And in those OERs, in every OER, in the article, if you see, there will be Creative Commons licensing provided there. The author's name will be given and the Creative Commons licensing also will be given, mentioned there in Wikipedia and Wikimedia, which are very popular among all of us. Which kind of works can be licensed under the Creative Commons license? Blog posts can be licensed, photos, pictures, images, drawings can be licensed, artworks can be licensed, literary articles, scientific articles can be licensed, open education content can be licensed, videos and audios can be licensed. All these can be licensed under Creative Commons license. Creative Commons is an organization which gives license for all the OERs. It is exactly opposite to the Copyright Act. Whether it is Indian Copyright Act, right? Therefore, we say it is copyleft. which cannot be licensed under Creative Commons license. Please look at these. Patents, you cannot get license under Creative Commons license. Where can you get registered patent? That is under Patent Act. Separately, patent registration organization are available. For example, in Chennai it is available, in Delhi it is available, in Calcutta it's available. There you have to register. Creative Commons does not give license for patents. Trademarks, it does not give license. Industrial designs, it does not give license. Software, it does not give license. Right? Now you may ask me a question here. When Creative Commons does not give license to software, then all these software, from where they get license? I shall discuss in course of my lecture. There is another license called General Purpose License, which gives license to all the softwares. There are different kinds of organizations which give licenses for free and open source software. Creative Commons does not give for software. So once again, which can be licensed under Creative Commons license? Blog posts, photos, pictures, images, drawings, artworks, literary articles, scientific articles, open education content, videos, and audios. Which cannot be licensed? Patents, trademarks, industrial designs, software. So this is free software. Now your answer to your question. Then how do which organization will give license for free software? Free and open source software we have discussed at length. GNU General Public License version 3. GNU General Public License version 3. Right? So by now, next version may have come, because this lecture was prepared a few months ago to be delivered in another NEP, right? But GNU General Public License, that you remember. Versions may be updated. This is the latest version at the time of preparation of this lecture. This is the latest version of the GNU GPL, a free software license and a copyleft license. Copyleft means exactly opposite to copyright. That means it does not, anybody can make use of that software. Simply they acknowledge you, that is enough. That is the meaning of copyleft. Copyright means in order to make use of it, you have to pay to the author, to the creator of that software. This is recommended for most software packages. GNU General Public License. So Creative Commons license, copyright. Let us compare these two. Creative Commons license, free and open to all. Copyright, rights to the creator, rights to the author. But Creative Commons license, free and open to all. Under Creative Commons license, attribution is enough. Attribution means acknowledgement is enough. No permission needed from the creator. You don't have to get permission from the creator. Free and open, simply you give acknowledgement, that's all. Giving acknowledgement is mandatory. But copyright, even for small figure or data, permission is needed from the creator. You want to write a new book. You want to get some data published by some author in another book. You want to take the data, or you want to take some image, some photograph, then it is under copyright. So even if you go through the Google, in images, all images are not copyleft. So most of the images you will see there, it is under copyright, right? So you have to get permission from the creator of that particular art piece. Why should we get license of our work under Creative Commons license? Why should we? Right? Without licensing, we can simply publish it. Why should we get license at all? What is the reason? What is the purpose? The first thing is, after all, you are a creator of new knowledge, or you are creator of, or you are creator of a new video. To get credit for our work and contribution, as the user of our work has to give attribution to the creator of our work. That is the first point. You are not getting any material benefit, but you should be recognized for your work. That is there in the human nature. Of course, there are people who don't need that also, but that number is less. The second point is more important point. Not to allow somebody to steal your work and register it under copyright and earn a lot of money. And he will get the credit. And it suppresses the copyleft movement and open education movement. Suppose you don't license it, right? You have published it somewhere without any licensing. So somebody has stolen some important component material of your work and added some more material from his work and published in the form of a book and got the credit under copyright. What will you do then? You can't do anything. But if you register under Creative Commons licensing, there is an evidence for you that already it is licensed. If somebody has stolen from it, you can sue him. So they cannot steal at that. Once you have registered under Creative Commons license, nobody can steal your work. That way, better either you register under Creative Commons license or publish in YouTube. Because if you publish in YouTube also, there is an evidence that it is published. Okay. But best thing is to register under Creative Commons licensing. That is the best thing. So these are the, now we have to learn deeply about the Creative Commons licensing that is necessary for two purposes. To give attribution to the creator, that is one purpose. Secondly, when you create your own OER, under what licensing you will be registering. For that purpose also you must know. Basically, there are four symbols here. This symbol, there is a circle and there is a man standing inside the circle. This symbol is called buy, BY buy. That means free, totally free. Only thing is you have to give attribution, that's all. You can use it for commercial purpose, non-commercial purpose, modify it, you do anything about it. That is the most free license. This is by. You call it CC by. This symbol is there, a circle, and there is a E symbol, and then there is a cross. It means non-commercial purposes only. If this symbol is there, it means non-commercial purposes only. Now this is another one, a circle. Within circle, there is equal to symbol. That means if this symbol is there, you cannot modify the video. You cannot modify the article. You cannot modify the image. You cannot modify the picture. It stands ND. ND means no derives. No derives. Then here there is a circle, and then there is a circular arrow. This means SA. SA is written here. It means share alike. Share alike. That means you can modify the video, but the modified video, you have to register under the same original license. That is the main meaning of share alike. There are 6 key licenses. These are the symbols. There are 6 key licenses under Creative Commons with these symbols. This symbol indicates the meaning. I shall explain in detail one by one. CC by, under licensing, the article, for example, I will take the article as an example. Published in Wikipedia or Wikimedia, okay, an article. CC by is mentioned there. The author's name is given, and it is mentioned CC by. CC means Creative Commons. By means you can reuse, distribute, remix, repurpose, even commercially. Only thing is give appropriate credit. That's all. This is the most open license. Under Creative Commons, 6 licenses are there. This is the most open license. The second one, CC by -SA. It will be written under the article. It is written like this: CC by -SA. Here also, you have to give attribution. Here also, you can non-commercially for any purpose. Share alike. Share alike means if you modify, if you remix, if you revise, the revised edition, you have to register based on the original licensing only. The original licensing only is applicable to that also. You cannot again license it by somebody else's name. That is the meaning of CC by SA. The creator wants the credit only to him. CC by, the creator does not want, simply you acknowledge. You modify, and the modified one you register under your name. The creator does not bother. You simply acknowledge. That's all. That is the most open. Then CC by SA. Then CC by ND. ND, I have already told. No derives. ND stands for no derives. That means no modifications allowed. You can use it for commercial purposes, non-commercial purposes. You have to give attribution, you have to give acknowledgement, but no modification allowed. In CC by SA, modification is allowed. CC by modification is allowed. CC by ND, Modification not allowed. Under that article, it will be mentioned CC by ND, not allowed. Then the fourth one, CC by. What is the meaning of CC by? CC Creative Commons. By stands for you give attribution. NC means non-commercial purposes only you can use. You cannot use for commercial purposes. That is not the attribute. The creator is not allowing you. He is not giving permission to you to use for non-commercial for commercial purposes. Only for non-commercial purposes. Right? CC by NCSA. CC by give attribution. NC non-commercial purposes only. SA share alike. That means the modified one has to be obtained license as per the original. You cannot get license on your name. Original name only. You can modify, but get license by as per the original author only. Then CC by NCND. CC Creative Commons by giving attribution. NC non-commercial only. ND no derives. You cannot modify. So CC by most open. CC by NCND least open. Very rigid. Non-commercial. No derives. Right? It depends upon you. It depends upon you as the creator. How you want to get the license. Creative Commons gives license accordingly, as per your wish. You have to choose as the creator. And when you use the article or the artwork, you have to see this, you must see these symbols. Whether it is CC by NC means, oh, I should not use it for commercial purposes. I can use it in my class, distribute in my class. I cannot use that content and publish in the form of a book and earn money. No, not allowed. CC by, you take it, you use it even commercially also. You modify it, you publish on your name, like get the license again on your name. Most open license. Right? So under every article or art piece or image or photo licensed under Creative Commons licensing, these will be mentioned there. CC by or CC by SA, CC by ND, CC by NC, CC by NCSA, CC by NCND. These will be mentioned beneath that article or besides that article. Accordingly, when you make use of that particular article, you have to follow as per the licensing. Please remember. And when you create your own work, when you give licensing, then it is up to you. You don't want anybody to modify. Then you get license under CC by ND, like that. You want it to be used only for non-commercial purposes, CC by NC, ND. Like that, you get license. It depends upon you. Right? Searching OERs available under Creative Commons license. So what kind of OERs are available under Creative Commons licensing related to your discipline of knowledge? This is the website. ccsearch.creativecommons.org. a new Creative Commons search tool to find out the available free resources for use in the development of MOOCs content. You can get the available OERs along with the Creative Commons license. As per the CC license, you have to make use of the OER. Very important, sir. As per the CC license available near the article or the artwork, you have to make use of that OER. Examples of OERs licensed under Creative Commons license. So one example is video. Video. There is a video on the title, an introduction to open educational resources. There is author name is given here by Abe. An introduction to open educational resources. This is the video published on December 13th, 2017. This is the video published by Mr. Abe. This is licensed under CC BY 4.0 international license. 4.0 is version only, but actually it is CC BY. So what are the terms? This is the simplest license. CC BY is the simplest license. What are the terms are? You have to give credit to the author. You can modify the video. You can use the modified video for commercial purposes also. You can save the same video for commercial purposes also. You can get the Creative Commons license of different kind for the modified video. So these are the terms which you can understand by looking at the symbol CC BY. So the author, Mr. Abe, he has published a video. He allows you to modify the video. He allows you to use the modified video for commercial purposes also. He allows you to get license for the modified video under your name. It is the simplest and most open license. All the courses, video lectures, assignments, all available under MIT Open Courseware. All these are licensed under the Creative Commons license. See here, CC BY NC SA. See, CC BY NC SA. That means MIT Open Courseware OERs, the video lectures, courses, assignments, etc. They can be used only for non-commercial purposes. That is the meaning. They can be, when you modify, you have to get license again under the original license only, SA, share alike. CC BY NC, share alike. There is no ND. You can modify. No derivatives is not there. That means you can modify the video, you can modify the article, but share alike. Under this license, MIT Open Courseware are licensed. That is the reason. MIT wants it to be used only for non-commercial purposes. Right? If I am the creator, I will also say only for non-commercial purposes. I will also register under the same license, CC BY NC SA. You modify. Knowledge is advancing. There is nothing wrong in modifying my creation. After 2 years, some more material can be added. Modifying must be allowed. But SA, but again license under the original license only. He cannot get under his license because the original work is this. See, this is another example. The open educational resources, the education ecosystem comes to life by open source way. Okay. This is open source way has created this image. with the title Open Educational Resources, the education ecosystem comes to life by the use of open educational resources. And this is the image created by open source way. And how they have licensed? They have licensed it under CC by SA. You can use it for commercial purposes also. If you modify, you have to register under the same license as given by open source way only. This is how it is licensed. This is another example. This is Flickr image. Flickr images are very, very popular. They are available in Google Images. This is licensed under CC by ND. No derives. You cannot modify this image at all. A fly is going to catch a very small, the smallest insect, right? Very good, very nice image. It is licensed under CC by ND. I am showing different examples. This is xerophyte plant image. Xerophyte plant image, again by Flickr. Again licensed by CC by NCND. Non-commercial, no derives. That also CC by ND. NC is not here. You can use it for commercial purposes also. But don't change it. You can use it for commercial purposes also. But here, CC by NCND, non-commercial, no derives. Examples of an article licensed under Creative Commons license. I have shown the images and the video. This is an example. Improving presentation style, publish. Improving presentation style. That is the title of the article. It's a very good article. Right? It is published by Teaching Center, University of Washington in St. Louis. The reference also, website also is available here. It is licensed under Creative Commons license CC NCND. Non-commercial, no derives. It can be used only for commercial purposes and no derives. As it is, you can distribute to your students. You cannot modify. Non-commercial only. For commercial purposes, you cannot use. You cannot take that content and publish into and add some more content and publish in the form of book and register under copyright. You cannot do that. CC, NC, ND. Important notes. Giving attributions appropriately when we make use of any OER is mandatory. We must acknowledge. That is mandatory. We must give credit by duly acknowledging the author. We must strictly follow the terms and conditions of different kinds of license, CC licenses. 6 different licenses are there. We must follow the terms and conditions of the 6 licenses which I have explained. Many OERs are kept in public domain without any licensing. Example, YouTube, general articles, open access general articles, etc., without any copyright. There may be useful OERs in this category also, which can be made use of in the development of MOOCs by duly acknowledging the creator of that OER. Many participants ask me, because I share my PPT, all 100 more than 100 FDPs or workshops. I have given lectures. So many. I prepare PPTs. I share with the organizers to share with all the participants. Some participants ask me whether they can use some of my slides when they want to give lectures elsewhere. I openly say, yes, you can use the entire PPT, but give acknowledgement. That is the moral obligation, to give acknowledgement. Now, I have published nearly 45 videos. So people ask me when they can they get some small clippings of those videos to be incorporated into their videos. I say yes. I always say yes, but give acknowledgement. Give acknowledgement. Right. Even this PPT, you can use some of the slides to give lectures elsewhere. No issue. I am openly giving permission, but give acknowledgement. That is moral obligation. I have given references wherever necessary. I have given references. Licensing the OERs developed by us under Creative Commons licensing. Suppose you have developed a OER. How do you go about for licensing that under Creative Commons licensing? What are the various steps involved? Develop interesting and useful OER, totally original or by mixing some of the available OERs under CC BY license, preferably to your original work. Then make sure that your work is copyrightable. Make sure that you have the rights on the work. Make sure how Creative Commons license operate. Be specific what you are licensing, whether CC BY or CC BY SA or CC BY NC or CC BY ND or CC BY NC ND. Out of the 6 licenses, which license you want to apply for? Be specific. Make sure that your institution allows you to license your work under CC license. Later, they should not object. Your institute should know, even if you write a book and publish it under copyright, your institute should be given information. Even if you apply for patent, your institute should be given information, because you are making use of the facilities of the institution. You are making use of the expertise which you have developed as a faculty member in that particular institution. It is the moral obligation to inform to the institute. Then select your license. So this is the website. This website will guide you to select your license and ultimately obtain license you sought automatically. Self-learning mode, step by step, that itself will guide you. MOOCs courses, OERs, Creative Commons license. There is a close link. You want to develop MOOCs courses? Then you should learn thoroughly about OERs, how to get the best OERs, develop MOOCs. Then once you develop MOOCs, you can register under Creative Commons license. All these 3 are linked: MOOCs, courses, OERs, Creative Commons licenses. These 3 are part of a big movement, a open movement towards knowledge dissemination all over the world. Knowledge sharing all over the world. Any MOOCs course is developed in 4 quadrants model. Example SWAYAM course: video lecture, text matter, printed material, downloadable, self-assessment questions, discussion forum. In all the above, there is role of appropriate use of OERs. Right. You can get a OER in the form of a video, modify it and make use of it. You can get text in the form of OER, modify it and make use of it in your OER. in your MOOCs course. You can get questions from OER, other OER, and incorporate here, give acknowledgement. So in development of MOOCs course, OERs of great use, understanding Creative Commons licensing to give appropriate attribution is also necessary. So these are various licenses. I'm not going to explain all these. GNU GPL, LGPL, MIT, BSD. So GNU GPL is the most open, most free license for softwares. These are the details, self-explanatory. Selection of appropriate open education resources. This is the key in development of MOOCs courses. Besides the creativity in building on the subject, coherence, language, style, learner-centric teaching, learning, and assessment methods. Please look at this. Creativity in building on the subject content, coherence, language, style, and learner-centric teaching, learning, and assessment methods. Make your own OERs for use by others. Here also a lot of command and depth in subject knowledge, creativity and expertise in using a given learning management system and integrating ICT tools play a vital role. List of open educational resources developed by me and published in YouTube. Channel name, Professor B.V. Apparao. Learning outcomes based curriculum framework, curriculum design in higher education, part 1, part 2, part 3. How to formulate course learning outcomes guidelines. Learning outcomes based active learning strategies, part 1 and part 2. Learning outcomes based assessment in higher education. Learning through experience, John Dewey method. How do the students learn? Socratic method of teaching and learning. How do the students learn? A constructive approach. Rubrics, an assessment tool for lab reports and project works. Teacher-student relationship. How to set good multiple choice questions. Is there really any role of reward and punishment in learning? I don't believe. Right? Guidance, counseling, and mentoring of students. Motivation and learning on part 1 and part 2. Bloom's taxonomy of learning levels, part 1, part 2, part 3. Holistic education and secular spirituality. Holistic education, integration of human values, games and sports, and community service. Multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary education. Academic audit and quality assurance in higher education. Open education resources and Creative Commons licenses, part 1. Part 2, open education resources in India. Learning science in school education. Intuitive learning, mapping of course outcomes with program outcomes. Calculation of the attainment of COs and POs. Pursuing 2 academic programs simultaneously, suggestions to students. Now conclusion. OER, open educational resources, are extremely useful in teaching and learning any course, whether in contact mode or online mode. Learner-centric MOOCs are welcome at all levels of education. These promote learning at higher cognitive levels like apply, analyze, evaluate, create in terms of Bloom's taxonomy. Learner-centric MOOCs, which make the best use of OERs, are better than the courses in contact mode by poor teachers who demotivate the students and kill their interest in learning. Learner-centric MOOCs, which make the best use of OERs, are better than the courses in contact mode by poor teachers who demotivate the students and kill their interest in learning. OER, MOOCs, Creative Commons license continue to impact education system at all levels, and the future higher education will be a blend of MOOCs and contact courses. The direction is clear and must be welcome. Thank you very much. Question answer session. Now the forum is open for questions.
Thank you, sir. It was very informal and informative session. Can you please throw some light on the term which was related with the copyright?
Yeah. See, there is Indian Copyright Act ultimately controls all the terms and conditions of copyright. See, copyright, under Copyright Act, you can publish what can be registered under Copyright Act. You can, all your books can be published under Copyright Act. The author owns the copyright. You can price it, maybe 100 rupees or 200 rupees. So a part of it goes to the publisher naturally, but you own the right. I think there is a time period for copyright, books under copyright. I think about 14 years, you own the rights on that particular work. Even software can be licensed under copyright. Commercial softwares used for research purpose, they can be, because many instruments have their own softwares, and those instruments and the softwares are registered, licensed under Copyright Act. Again, they can be, you see, anybody, whoever wants to make use of even a small data, they have to get permission from you, and they have to quote the permission in their book. Otherwise, they can be sued. For example, Tagore's Gitanjali, who won the Nobel Prize, he has written long ago, right? But now you can, anybody can publish Gitanjali, because that copy he does not own the copyright now. Anybody can publish Gitanjali in any language, right? So it has only for a limited period, right? So this is about copyright. For example, patents cannot be registered under Copyright Act. Industrial designs cannot be registered under Copyright Act. Trademarks cannot be registered under Copyright Act, right? So they have to be registered under Indian Patent Acts, 1970. Did I answer your question, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what was that other term related with copyright? Something copy lien or was there?
Copy left. Copy left.
Copy left.
Copy left means it is free. The author does not have any right. I mean, it does not claim any right. So it is opposite to copyright. It is free and open. Creative, all the works registered under Creative Commons license are copyleft. All the material available in YouTube, they are all copyleft, right? Anybody can view them, anybody can make use of them. There is no issue.
Open, like open source.
Open source. They are all open source. Copyleft means open source.
Yes, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Sir, myself, Dr. Sanjay, principal of the college. Sir, thank you for such a wonderful, informative session. Because right from beginning, I'm just listening very carefully. Your profile is too much impressive, sir, and the work you did in corrosion. Because I'm from mechanical engineering, I could understand. It's really amazing because I was surfing your profile too. And sir, today the content you have covered, specifically the amount of information you have gathered and compiled for the various resources in all disciplines. You are telling that one. Specifically, I am very much impressed by knowing the softwares in the civil engineering domain, because you are specifically given in the geotech domain, surveying domain, and so on. Sir, very, very nice presentation. All 83 slides are really full of informations, and that will remain as one document for us, because it has taken care of all aspects of OER. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I don't have any specific questions as such, but it's a really wonderful feast to all of us. Thank you, sir.
This PPT will be shared with all of you. I have already shared with I have already sent to Professor Muhammad Atik.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He will share it.
Requesting him to share with all of you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Vevare madam, please go for vote of thanks. Vevare madam.
Vihare madam.
Vevare madam, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening to one and all present. On behalf of Santa Gadge Baba Amaravati University, Amravati, and Sipna College of Engineering and Technology, Amravati, it is my honor and privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to Dr. B.V. Apparao, former senior professor at NIT Warangal, for conducting today's such an enlightening session on the open educational resources and the Creative Commons license. Sir, your deep insights into the open access materials and the Creative Commons frameworks have provided us with very invaluable knowledge that will help us better utilize and contribute to the education. We are very grateful for the time and the efforts you have taken to share your expertise with us. Thank you so much, sir. At the same time, I'm thankful to Professor Muhammad Atik, sir, for his support. I'm also thankful to our beloved principal, sir, for all his guidance. Lastly, I'm thankful to all the participants for active involvement. Thank you so much.
So I wish that all of you develop Swayam courses.
Yes, sir.
I wish that all of you develop your own OERs and publish under Creative Commons license or in YouTube.
Yes.
That is my wish, and I pray God to see that is realized by all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks.